Joining me now, Sherkoh Abbas, the leader of the Syrian opposition and Syrian Kurds. Good evening.
Good evening.
So I want to first get your take on Turkey's offer today to join forces with the United States if Syria's Kurdish militia aren't included. What's your take on that offer?
I mean, Turkey has always tried to play in the Middle East politics, and really, frankly, in the last decade or so, they have not been able successfully to convince the West and the people from the Middle East that their policy is a good policy. And frankly, what they're trying to do to make sure the Kurds do not get anything in terms of autonomy or federalism, whether it's in Iraq or Syria or elsewhere. And this is one of the tactics they use. I mean, they have a lot of influence on what's going on in Syria in terms of negative of Islamist group that being supported by Turkey. So really their policy is another way tactic to stall the momentum and ensure the Kurds do not get any international political recognition.
So we know that Turkey is not happy with the U.S. being at all allied with the Kurds. How much support, though, are Kurdish militia actually getting from Washington these days?
Well, I mean, Washington is trying to, you got to remember, this administration have a few months to go, and they want to leave a legacy. And the legacy that they are started to crush, and they have a momentum reducing ISIS and influence in Syria and Iraq. And hence, that's why they've been approaching and supporting the Iraqi and Syrian Kurds in terms of air support and some other military hardware. But and obviously some intelligence and training. But in terms of political recognition and acceptance, they have not accepted YPG or PYD in Syria, and they do not recognize their support or their role in Syria. They want to use them as a boots on the ground for now. And this is one thing we're cautioning the Kurds to work with the West, work with American, but be careful on this issue.
Sherkoh, so I want to take you briefly to peace, or elusive peace. Syrian opposition's lead negotiator today quit his post over a lack of progress. What are hopes for peace at this point in your eyes?
I mean, as long as our partners in the Middle East and bringing peace in Syria are Turkey and Arab Gulf states and very loose U.S. support that is not clear, I think you're going to see what you see today. The Syrian opposition that Turkey and the Gulf state in the U.S. have been supporting, frankly, they're not much better than ISIS. Overwhelming the majority of this opposition, they do not recognize the rights of minority, the Kurds.
And with that, we'll say goodbye to Sherkoh Abbas. Some interesting insight on the situation of the Syrian opposition and Syrian Kurds. We're going out for a 2-minute break. Much more on the lineup when we're back. 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.